Welcome to part two of yield farming. So in the previous video, which is in the link in the description below, you can watch that. It's an introduction to yield farming and how it works. Now what we're going to do is a high risk asset now. So we done a Solana USDC, but now we're going to do something where we're actually going to earn quite a lot of yield. Now we've picked a particular token and there's no reason I've picked this, simply because the yields are high and I think it will make a good video just to see how we done. So we're going to buy right now. We're going to yield farm it and I'm going to show you the results, maybe in a few days or a few hours. And I'm going to show you how I would set it up if I was buying this pool to mitigate my risks and also have some room for it to grow, because you can be very risk heavy and not make money, or you can be very low risk and also not make money. So you have to set up for all scenarios, whether the coin falls, whether the coin goes up. So now we've picked a coin called OR, and the reason is it's got 800k liquidity, but it's producing 11 million volume. Always look at that. Typically, if it was 800k volume, it would be good to yield farm, but it's pretty much 8 times much in terms of market cap to LP ratio. So always take a look at that. And also we've had a sell-off, so we could also sink down. So I'm going to have a look at the chart, but I'm going to purchase now. And I'm going to buy maybe roughly about just under half a Solana worth. So we're going to buy about $70 worth, and we're going to add it into the pool like so. So I'm going to do two positions, same way I done it with the Solana position. This will help offset my risk. Now I don't have to make the pool, it's already made. So I'm going to either sort by volume or sort by yield. Typically sort by volume and you'll get the best type of pool. So I'm going to go in here and we're going to go with a full range position because I want to maximize my yield. And I'm going to do just slightly under, so $50 in a full range position, because if it does bounce, I can double my money like so. So we've got one position open, which is $50, and in my wallet we've got probably about $50 as well to jump in. But this one I'm going to do an active position. So this one is going to be a position where I can actually get a lot of yield. Now a 10% could do well, but I'm going to have to actively manage it. Within an hour, it might fall out of range, but we are going to add it in just for the video's sake. So I'm just going to push this slightly higher so we get a roughly an even spread. I don't want to, I never like to put too much Solana. I prefer to put more of the token. So we're just going to add this in now, and you'll be able to see the yield is pretty good. So on this pool, every single transaction here will be getting some sort of, so that's my transaction going in here. So every single buy, and you can see the add and remove, these are all LP. This is people adding in, selling, buying, etc. So we'll see here now that we are accumulating Solana as well as the coin itself. Now I will have some dust in my wallet, so I will add this in as well, like so. So we had a few dollars. So all in all, we've got a portfolio made now, very high risk. We're very meme heavy, even though it's a low amount, but we've pretty much put in one Solana. So you can see here, even with just a very small buy, that buy gave us a few cents. So if this keeps going per day, or we manage to stay in range for quite some time, it can do pretty well. So we've got $83 here and $55 here. We'll check back and we'll see how this done. So this is 5 hours later, and currently we have a small profit. Now the good news is we made the right decision in terms of our buying position. So we had a position where we entered around here and it's gone up. So we didn't lose money on the trade purchasing ore. However, our range was too small and we didn't get the gains here. So the only gains we've had is we put in zero point 0.5 Solana. Now we have 0.3 Solana. So we gained 0.3 Solana, 0.03 Solana, and we have some pending yield, $2 in each. However, the yield we earned on ore has gone up by 24 cents as well, which if it was down in range for a few days, this would have gone up a nice amount in terms of we would have accumulated a lot more. And if you take note, The yield here is obviously very small. However, it's pretty decent, 1.4% per day on a full range, and it's only $60. So it's not bad in the grand scheme of things. This value has gone up as well. Now, the negatives is Solana fell over 5%. So we've dropped about 4 or 5% in value. And unfortunately, half of our balance was in Solana. So although we've accumulated a bit more Solana, it's down in value. So this has sort of hindered us or has performed better. This is the range we had in between there. So we stayed in range here. I've left it in position. Now you've got two options. You've pretty much got three options you can do. You've got one where you can just exit and sell it all in a slight profit and happy days, on to the next one. If you think this coin is good and can run, me personally, as long as Solana doesn't keep dumping, all should do okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to sell all this asset, keep it, and maybe adjust a larger range and hold it a bit long term. So we're going to take this out and we are going to sell it. Now we don't want to sell, obviously, we want to keep some. Let's see, cheap. And what we want to do is sell half. We should really do this with USDC simply because we don't have the risk of Solana falling. On the other side, we have the gains of Solana going up in value as well. So if Solana starts to do a little 20% run up, we can gain on that end as well. So let me just swap this out. So we have 0.7 pretty much now, but we're going to add in the same amount. So I'm going to keep the profits and I'm going to add 0.05. So let's go with OR. So there was a USDC pool. So this time I'm going to go in with 25%, for example. And if you wanted to get fancy, you can do it on support and resistance. But for now, I'm just going to do it at this level. This way, we should stay in range overnight. It's 530, 540 in the UK right now. So I'm hopefully going to just add in 0.25 like so. Just bear with me. 0.5. And we're going to drop that in now. And then hopefully, I'm just going to keep the ore I've accumulated. I may sell it. I've got a slight amount in here. And fingers crossed, we're going to monitor this and then we're going to see how it goes. Now, I have in the next video one-sided positions. Basically, we're going to show you what to do on coins that are not looking too bad, but are looking really good and how to profit from them. I've got two strategies and it is my favorite way to enter and earn on yield farming. So I'll see you then.